These are the solutions to exercise 12.7. The question says, A, state whether the pairs of triangles are congruent or not. And then B, if they are congruent, state the reason for congruency and also the remaining pairs of equal angles and equal sides. Now to focus on A, if we need to state whether they are congruent, remember with congruency, the triangles needs to be the same shape and the same size. Now I'm going to draw out, I'm going to just shift these triangles around. And this is something that you need to practice to do in your mind because there's not always time to shift them around. So I'm drawing triangle A, I'm just shifting it around like this. So that's going to be A, D, and B, where this is 1 and 1. And then also this one, I'm going to shift around like this. So then I've got my two triangles where this is now C at the top. And then my triangle has been rotated like this, and this is then D, and that's going to be B. Alright, and as we see, this was a common side, so these two are also actually equal. Now, in that case, we've got three sides that are equal, so therefore we can say that it is congruent. Alright, and then for B, now there's 6 things that need to be equal in congruent triangles, and normally we're given 3. So in this case, there's a possibility of 3 angles and 3 sides. So we were given the 3, and here it says we need to then name the remaining pairs of equal either angles or sides. So we've got 3 equal angles then. So then equal angle A would be equal to angle C, angle D would be angle to, or D1 would be equal to angle B2, and angle B1 will be equal to angle D2. So that was the first question. Right, now in the second one, so I'm not going to rotate these triangles as well, but here we've got an angle that's 47 degrees, and here we've got a 43 degrees. Now if I have 180 minus 90 minus 47, that gives me 43 degrees. So that means if I have 180 minus 90 minus 43, that gives me 47 degrees. So these two, if we look at them and we rotate this triangle so that it stands like this, where we now have M here and L here and N there, then these two would be, because we've got 3 and we've got this side that's also equal to that side. So now we've got 2 sides that are equal and 2 angles that we know of that are equal. So this, if I rotate this would be the 43 degrees. Now if I flip it around, this angle or this triangle, or let's actually flip this one around. If we flip this one around, it would also look like this, where this would be F, this would be G, and this top part would be E, and then this would be the 43 degrees. So here we can state that they are congruent. Then for B, what is left, or what else will then be equal? We can then say that the side NL will be equal to EF, and the other sides that will be equal is NM will be equal to EG. And then we have established that angle L will be equal to angle F. So for number 3, now if we look at triangle LOM and LNO, and if I flip this triangle around, So I'm going to flip it around so that it looks like this, where my M is now here at the bottom, my O will be there, and my L would be over here with this 90 degrees. So this is O2 then. Now, this is like a mirror image of this triangle LNO. And we know that this side over here, LM, is equal to NO. So we have a common side. We've got a and these two sides that are equal, and then we have these two angles which are equal. So there we have three reasons for them to be equal, and then we can state that they are congruent. So for B, what else is then equal? So that means that Ln, this side Ln would be equal to OM. So Ln is equal to OM. And we can also state that these remaining two angles will be equal. So O2 will be equal to L1. O2 will be equal to angle L1. And these two angles will be equal. So angle N will be equal to angle M. For number 4, over here, we've got these vertically opposite angles that are equal, and we've got these two sides that are equal, and then we've got these two sides that are equal. So the other, so these we can say is congruent. And then for B, this angle will be equal to this angle, therefore, and this angle will be equal to this angle, and this side will be equal to that side. So let's write that down. We've got angle U equal to angle Z, and then we have angle V equal to angle Y, and finally we will have UW equal to WZ. Number 5. So this one's quite simple, I believe, because if you just flip this one around like that, then we have these two sides that are equal. We've also got ED equal to GH, and this 30 degrees angles equal. So that means that F1 and F2 will be equal, and we have this obtuse angles that are equal, and finally these two sides will also be equal. So first of all, it will be congruent, and then for B, we say that angle H is equal to angle E, and we have that F1 is equal to angle F2, and then finally we can say that HF so HF will be equal to EF. Number 6. Now this is just the mirror image of these two triangles, and therefore we've got this common side over here, XY, and then we have that XW and XZ is Z is equal, and X1 and 2 are also equal. So these are congruent. And then for B, remaining angles and sides that are equal, these two angles, and then these two angles, and then these two sides are equal. So angle W is equal to angle Z, and then Y1 is equal to angle Y2, and finally WY is equal to YZ. Number 7, so vertically opposite angles. So if I'm going to, let's just flip this guy around. So then this goes up like this, and this would then be my new H. This is my O2. So this is now a mirror image of each other, where we have this 90 degree angle. We're given that FO is equal to OG, we are given that these are both 90-degree angles, and of course these two are vertically opposite, so that makes them equal. So these two are in fact congruent. And then what remains? We've got this angle equal to this angle, angle E equal to angle H, and then this side will be equal to this side. So we've got EF equal to HG, and finally we have EO equal to OH. Then for number 8, so if I just rotate this angle or triangle to look like the other one, or in the same position as the other one, then this side, or this becomes T, this becomes R, and this becomes S. So this RT is equal to this long side. This is going to be the 114 degrees, and then my 34 lies over here. So as you can see, the TR is equal to EG, whereas if they were congruent, this FG was supposed to be equal to TR. So this one in fact is not congruent. For question 9, once again we've got these mirror images of each other, so this is again quite a simple one. T is equal to K, this IE is a common side, and E1 is equal to E2, so this is congruent. And then for B, we have the other sides, these two sides being equal, these two sides should then be equal, and then the final two angles that should also be equal. So TI will then be equal to IK, and TE will be equal to KE, and then angle I1 will be equal to angle I2. And then for number 10, so here we have LO and OZ, and then SO and SE. So if I basically just flip this one around, these guys, this one, if I flip it around this way and then up, then it would look identically like LOE. So these two are congruent. And then my other angles that are equal are this L and Z, and then E and S, and then this side will be equal to this side since they are congruent. So LE is equal to SZ, and then angle L equal to angle Z, and then angle E equal to angle S.